The man's brother is a burly man. But when facing a younger brother who is being bullied on campus, and he showed no mercy. Instead, call him trash. Not only did he refuse to stand up for his brother, Huang Kaomi returned, threatened him to say it was my brother if he dared to go outside. Then I will kill you myself. Huang Kaomin gnashed his teeth. I can't help but scream. You're going too far. Am I not your only relative in the world? But my brother turned around and left on his own. Shut the door as if you didn't hear it. And I've been gone for 3 years. Yellow grass rice during this time. I suffer from school bullying every day. Until he got a phone call. I just found out that my brother is dead. And at this point, he just froze. Although the two have not seen each other for 3 years, but Huang Kaomi still decided to come and see him one last time. The cause of my brother's death was riding a motorcycle in the middle of the night. Accidentally hit a truck. Caused my immediate death. After a fierce struggle in Huang Kaomin's heart. Decided to give up his brother's body. After all, scum like him, in some people's minds, must be the object of hatred. Instead of paying for his funeral, it's better to buy a few more WoW avatars for yourself. But just as Huang Kaomin left, and one of the guys stopped him, handed a package. Please at least accept this. Actually, I understand. You rejected the body because you couldn't afford a funeral. Come on, I almost forgot to give it to you just now. These are all accidents, paraphernalia found at the scene. After Huang Kaomin receives the package, I found a seat nearby and sat down. I can't calm down for a long time. I didn't expect someone as bold as my brother. How could you end up like this? Now, I'm really the only one left. Just thinking about it, he couldn't help but drop the little pearl. But just then, the phone rang in the package. Huang Kaomin found a mobile phone inside. And it's still open. The first message on the homepage is Gangmaster. Is the national wandering going well? But when Huang Kaomin wants to open it to view, but found that the phone has a lock screen secret. Originally, he just wanted to try. See if it's a national gesture. The password turned on the phone. So we checked the information on the phone. And there was one message that really interested him. It turned out to be Jiang Shiju from his own school. Open it up. Found that the person actually praised. Jiang Shiju has a good character. This couldn't help but make Huang Kaomin feel speechless for a while. Remember how the other party usually bullies you? I couldn't help but scold him. When Huang Kaomin read all the news, then I learned that this is a group of bad local hooligans. So it is placed. A collective message was sent in the top group chat. I want to call all these guys, so that the police can send them to step on the sewing machine. And this is what happened. But someone grabbed his ear. The person who came was Han Changxi. When he noticed the package next to him, I found out that someone was hanging up. But instead of the slightest sympathy, instead, he also put the contents of the package all poured out. When Huang Kaomin reacts, it's too late. Although these relics are for themselves, not important at all, but someone else intervened without authorization. It made him very uncomfortable. I can't stand the anger in my heart anymore. Directly rushed towards Han Changxi. Pushed him off. But it wasn't over. Han Changhe just wanted to stand up. Yellow grass. Min had already punched him in the face. Although it was also caused by falling from a height. Got scarred. But he still held onto his body. Non-stop North and South Korea, Changhe launched an attack. The result is now. Jiangxi pig punched Huang Kaomin in the face. Knocked him out. What the hell is going on here? I'm just going to a convenience store. Han Changhe, why are you covered in blood? That bastard took advantage of me. Pushed me off the top. Then this behavior is too bad. Even if you beat him up, it shouldn't be illegal, right? Speaking of which, Jiang Shiju couldn't help but smile. Huang Kaomin heard the words and couldn't care less about the injury, want to stand up and run away. Ki Jiang Shiju, I don't want to let each other go so easily. Just as he was trying to catch up, but was knocked to the ground by a sudden blow. After he stood up, I want to see who the person who attacked me is. It turned out that the person who came was his eldest brother, Guo Jijiang, and he stood there. I don't know why the other party hit me. I don't know why. It's just that the gang leader said you're a scumbag. It's not enough to kill you many times. Huang Kaoman trembled when she heard the words. I didn't expect the person I just sent the message to. It was him. Although I don't know what's going on. But Jiang Shiju doesn't want to be slaughtered by others. Han Changshi, lying on the ground, saw this. Quickly persuade him to stop. Speaking of which, tears welled up in his eyes. Because there are hundreds of people behind him at this time. Come to the clothes they are wearing, and Guo Jijiang's is exactly the same. One can tell at a glance that they are a gang. Huang Kaoman looked at the scene in front of her. I can't help sweating. Are these guys all my brother's men? When Jiang Shiju reacts, I am already surrounded. In fact, it doesn't matter whether you are a scumbag or not. It's just a guy that the gang leader doesn't like. We have to deal with it. Because this is the purpose of our emperor gang. When he said that, and everybody just swarmed up to them, beats Jiangxi all over with blood. And all this is seen by the yellow grass rice. It seems that this time it is a thank you, brother. The power you left behind. I will make good use of it. Own this phone. You can rule half of the underworld in H country. But the yellow grass girl uses it to clean up the campus environment. Taught those scumbags a lesson. Not only did he use his victims as human seats. I had to strip and run around the playground for 2.5 hours. Even with such harsh conditions. He still does. Because the eyes of the Emperor gang are everywhere. And this also attracted the attention of a group of high-level officials. After all, within the past week, more than 20 people have been brutally attacked by the Emperor gang. But as the captain, Du Zhangfu was also very puzzled. I've been sitting idly by. What's going on lately? I think they might have been beaten up. If it is really to dominate Dacian, then they should have beaten up the 3rd grade. But they're staring at the 1st graders. So this is most likely a personal grudge. Disputes caused. In that case, then find the one who doesn't know the sky height, thick 1st grade kid, then bring him to me. Don't worry, that's what I mean. The next morning, they gathered together the suspects. I want to find out the culprit of the old man's murder. The residents group saw this and got straight to the point. State your purpose. That is, to find the culprit of the old man's murder. The culprit and I have been able to determine. The prisoner is among you. When Huang Kaoman heard this, I can't help but tremble. How could it suddenly shrink? The suspicion, suspect range, and the mouth corner of the title group can't help but pick up slightly. The prisoner must be thinking at this moment. How on earth is that possible? It turned out that it was all his bluff. The people present are just the objects of his suspicion. I'll give you a chance. The prisoner better turn himself in now. Otherwise, I can guarantee it. It's going to take you through life. Torture like never before. Although Huang Kaoman felt very scared. But he still didn't choose to stand up. If that's the case, there's no way. Everyone is not allowed to move. Search from the front. It looks like I'm really done this time. I actually brought my phone here. If it's discovered, you can't deny it. And at this time, there happened to be a person in front of him who was moving. The person being examined saw a punch. So Huang Kaoman took this opportunity. Give or take. Pull out your phone and want to ask the Emperor's gang. Immediately come to the auditorium of Longri High School. And the community suddenly came over. What are you doing? I was so scared that Huang Kaoman broke out in a cold sweat. Forgot to answer for a while. I said don't move. Why are you still fiddling with your phone? The guy who secretly hired someone else to do the murder. Could it be you? After saying this, the two are ready to grab the phone. But the yellow grass rice is firmly held. Don't want to let go. This man is furious. Raise your fist and attack the opponent. And this is what happened. There was a voice. In fact, the secret. I'm the guy who hired someone else to do the murder. Jin Duokong said, trembling. Only then did the man's hand come back. I went to him and asked again. Did you do all this? Jin Duokong saw this and knelt directly on the ground. I just hate those rascals who bully me so much. So I paid the emperor to help. This? Let the residents group be stunned for a moment. I clearly never mentioned who the person who did it was. How does this kid know? Is he really a criminal? Resident group. But suddenly realized something was wrong. Turned around immediately. Directly snatched Huang Kaiman's mobile phone. Asked the other party what the password is for unlocking the lock. 4,520 results when he opened it. I found out that the text messages inside were full of advertisements, and he stood there. I don't know what to say. After reacting, he returned the phone to the other party. At this time, the subordinates have also finished checking Jin Duokong's cell phone. There's nothing on this kid's phone. I was afraid of being discovered. Deleted the chat history. And the residents didn't have any doubts. After all, it's such a big deal. How could someone come out and pretend to be a criminal? Definitely this nest. We scared him into confessing. In this way, my ability will be in Dujian again. Leave an impression in your husband's mind. Let's strengthen the relationship of trust between us. I can continue to manipulate evil as I please. Apprentice and then give Jin on the spot. A punch in the stomach. You must have been mentally prepared. But before that, you guys can go now. But when Huang Kaiman left, still can't help looking back. I don't understand Kim Duokong. Why did you lie about being a criminal? And how did he know? That's what the Emperor gang did. This soft egg who is bullied every day. There is an all-powerful underworld brother. Not just the leader of a violent society. It is the existence that all gangs fear. Just one instruction from him. You can make someone disappear from this world in minutes. But now, he died in a car accident. The phone was in the hands of his younger brother, Huang Kaiming. He used it to clean up the campus. As a result, his friend was brutally beaten. It turned out to be a group of people who suspected someone of hiring to commit murder, so the suspicious objects were gathered together. Want to check their phone chat history? Just when it's Huang Kaiman's turn. Jin Duokong actually took the initiative to help take the blame. He lied about asking the Emperor for help. And the reason he did it, it was because of a scene I saw by chance. I never thought of that. The Emperor gang will completely exceed my expectations. When Huang Kaiman heard this, his face was full of embarrassment. It seems that you have to be careful when talking to yourself in the future. But anyway, I'm the one who got you beaten up like this. Kim Duokong. But let him not take it to heart. After all, when everyone made fun of me, only you reached out to me. Although you may not have noticed. But I will never forget that for the rest of my life. And on the day when the whole county got nervous. I know I shouldn't have thought that way. But I feel very happy. So you don't have to feel sorry. Better go back quickly. They let me stay here for a while. Going to take me to meet a guy named Du Jian after school. Husband's buddy. It won't kill me no matter what. But Huang Kaiman doesn't think so. He not only helped Kim Duokong tear off the tape, and let the other party not be so self-conscious because of that responsibility. It's easy to watch scum learn their lesson. Also fun. We should enjoy ourselves. Laugh enough. Just like them. Huang Kaiming said through gritted teeth. But despite this, they still come for me after school. Don't worry about that. Instead, are you ready to enjoy it? At the same time, there are 40 people in a classroom. But there are 39 people sleeping on the table. The back door slowly opened. A group of people are approaching, in front of a student who had just woken up. Ask him where the resident group of the 3rd grade and 4th classes, after knowing the result. In the shocked eyes of the whole class. Surround the residents. One of them had a fire extinguisher. The next second, it hit him in the head. It turned out that Huang Kaiman sent 2 messages to the Emperor gang. Clean up the residents of Ruhiko for me. Right now. When the younger brother of the residents group saw this scene. Can't sit still for an instant. Want to come up and help. Result, he just punched him in the head. He fell to the ground. Can't even stand up. And that red hair is fierce. Staring at the crowd. Anyone who dares to get in our way will die. Then they returned to the team, kicking frantically at the group of residents lying on the ground. The teacher was so frightened that he ran out of the classroom on the spot, called the police station. This is Long Hugao. A group of hooligans suddenly broke in. Come quickly now. The classroom next door also heard a noise. Doubt if something happened. Du Jianfu, who was woken up, slapped the back of the head on the front table. What are you nagging about, brat? And the other side at this time, the Emperor gang is still beating up the residents group. He's been beaten and covered in blood. You can only ask the other party to let you go. After several people saw that the heat was about the same, tell him not to move. Let me take a picture. And the onlookers were shocked. Unexpectedly, the residents group will also have a day to beg for mercy. After all, he is a complete figure in a group. He usually bullies others. Just thinking about this, they can't help but smile. The photo is so good. The helper should be satisfied, right? While a man is admiring a photo. But someone grabbed his shoulder. The emperor will help you consider this place. Then he punched him out the window. The remaining few people saw this and wanted to besiege. But Du Jinfu's combat power is amazing. 1 on 3 never loses. Not only can you avoid the oncoming fist, you can also grab the post shake to counterattack. Just a moment. The 3 were knocked to the ground. Until then, Du Jianfu let out a roar. Where do you think this is? How dare you provoke in public? And he just finished. Someone attacked from behind. Strangle Du Jinfu's neck and hold him firmly. Another person grabbed a fire extinguisher. Just smashed it at his head. When the police arrive, only Du was left standing in the classroom. Jianfu, the rest have been brought down by him. Song China on the side was shocked. As expected of the school bully leader in the school, the fire extinguisher beckoned him countless times. I actually carried it all. Get out of the way, you bastard. I saw Huang Mao punch the classmate in front of him. Fly out. And behind him were countless figures. This group is a belated group. The scene soon became a commotion. Big brother. What the hell is going on? What does Emperor Gang mean? Du Jifu roared when he saw this. You all listen to me. Those bastards from the Emperor Gang raided us. It's all about that despicable. Instructed by the ultimate helper. Just because of that scumbag's order. The nation will suffer. We must not suffer in vain. This time, it's our turn. Make the enemy pay with disdain for Long Rigao. The price of care. So far, so good. But as of today, the Emperor Gang is our enemy. Huang Kayaman gradually becomes serious. Even if drama, democracy is a perfect character. But the rascals in this school. In the end, it was still gathered together with him as the center. To dismantle this difficult power, you have to get rid of Du Jianfu, the sole person. Baby scum. Sure, I'll give it a try. I will bring you down completely. Huang Kayaman's mouth can't help but pick up slightly. Little did they know that his unusual behavior, it has attracted the attention of the senior management of the Emperor Gang. Gangmaster has been so strange recently. Why do you always call? We do such interesting errands. Teenagers only need one message. You can lay thousands of corpses everywhere. But this time, it failed to attack one person. Instead, it caused the school to fall deeper into oppression. Among them, when Huang Kayaman, when you learn that a person has to pay 100,000 yuans a day for protection, immediately came to the toilet. Ask Guo Jiking what's going on. We had successfully blocked Du Jianfu yesterday. But that guy. I actually joined the Dacian Federation. If you touch him, it's like declaring war. And Guo Jiking has always maintained this idea. Just as I was getting ready. But someone stopped him. The person who came was Park Shi, the captain of the first team of the Emperor Gang. Because he thought it was an unnecessary fight. I will explain to the helper privately. That's why Guo Jiking didn't report it. When Huang Kayaman saw the news. Grit your teeth angrily. Why is it simple? And this bastard again? It turned out that he was in the process of the imperial history. Emperor Gang found an interesting thing. That's these guys. There is actually a complete system. So far as I know, there are 3 organizations in it. And each brigade basically operates independently. One of the team leaders is this guy named Park Shi. And the guy, according to the message he sent, you can guess, this guy, probably responsible for the overall management of the Emperor gang. It acts like a staff officer. That's why. Let the simple and long hands grow longer and longer. As a result, every time Huang Chaiming issued an order, are strictly controlled by him. Only 5-7 troops were sent. If more troops had come to school that day, except for the residence group, maybe even Du Jianfu can clean up together. So Huang Kaiman imitated his brother's tone, sent a message to educate him. As a result, judging from the message sent by the other party, the two do not seem to have a superior-subordinate relationship, but friends. Huang Kaiman suddenly broke into a cold sweat. How could I make such a low-level mistake? Obviously, it can be found through chat records. He speaks in a very casual manner. The two are clearly in an equal relationship. In that case, it is better not to create contradictions. After all, if I can't help but mess around, maybe it will make the other party start. At that time, we can only act on his face. But fortunately, Guo Jiking, the captain of the 2nd Brigade, is a combat maniac who submits unconditionally. Just send him to deal with Du Jianfu. As for how to manage the school, talk about it later. And it was again blocked by the simple and the yellow grass gritted its teeth in anger. How dare you break my peace? Then I have to make you pay. But little did he know that the other party also held the same idea. Just because of what I said. Since when do you have any doubts? That made her very uncomfortable. So the next few days, he just kept going against it. No matter what order the helper gives. He refused for all kinds of high-sounding reasons. Huang Kaiman is also very helpless about this. After all, he is not Emperor Huang Wu, unable to use force to get the other party to correct their position. But if no action is taken, it will give him a lot of confidence. It's okay to disagree. In that way, when I use this gun in the future, it won't be so easy. Not sure about the sub that shoots out in a row. Is the bullet empty or live? It's all undecided. Like this gun that has changed flavor. What to do? Just as Huang Kaiming was hiding in the toilet, thinking, but was startled by a sudden sound. So he stuck his head out. Want to see what's going on? Found in the corridor at this time, a group of people has gathered. Du Jianfu asked his younger brother in a low voice. Are the teachers in a meeting? Until it is confirmed that it is time, just let the group of guys behind you walk in. These are the ones who didn't pay. You showed me clearly. If anyone dares to take my words as farts in the future, just wait and see. After joining the Daisian Federation, I have to pay a subscription fee for this sign every day. As a result, a group can only ask the students in the school for it. To put it bluntly, it is a shameless person who intends to use it for nothing. When Huang Kaiman, after noticing Song Min at the end of the line, I couldn't sit still. It seems that we need to find a way to take action quickly. And so what he did that night was, he spent the rest of the night flipping through his phone. Want to find information about simplicity and relevance? But it's full of basic apps. There is no decent social software at all. If so, how can I get my name right? Be obedient and simple and teach lessons. Witness. Until he found a photo. In addition to simple and, there is actually a girl. And the clothes he was wearing were still Long Hegao's school uniform. He's ostensibly a harmless high school scumbag. Behind the scenes, he controls the H country, the largest underworld syndicate. The emperor can help him issue orders in recent days. All were thwarted by Park Shi, the second in command of the emperor's gang. And the school was further oppressed. So he is ready to make the other party pay the price. Although I can't be like my brother Huang Wu Emperor. Use of force. Let others put themselves in the right place. But I can use the information I have gathered over the past few days. Make up a lie. Let Du Jianfu misunderstand. Kidnapping Nobu Shiwa's girlfriend. To stimulate him to shoot. It turned out to be just a few days ago when Huang Kaiman pays the protection fee. From the conversation between the two, the residence group still hasn't regained consciousness, and Du Jianfu is in a state of being on the spot. I happen to know. Simple and has a girlfriend. So Huang Kayaman passed the transfer.